Listen, basis loaded, bottom of the ninth. I want to talk about the UK. Now, the UK, that's one of my first trips outside of the US. And people got to understand, bro, the UK, they don't play. They never played since the beginning of time. So for top 5 to make that statement, I can't play with this because you got people that are local. See, top 5 before Drake sent for him, and I don't care what nobody said, that was a hit call from the inside. Drake, bro, people don't realize, bro, because they American, but Drake, Canadians, they get more respect in the UK than they'll ever get in America. Not that respect matters, not that we do things for validation, but let's just keep it real. Canada and the UK is like one and the same, bro. And I'm gonna say this again, it's one in the same. So before Tory Lanez got locked up messing with Megan Thee Stallion, you gotta understand Tory Lanez was probably bigger in the UK. And people don't understand, let's keep it simple, it runs deep. First of all, every music label that is in America is a sister station to the original station in the UK. Everything is ran out of the UK. Doesn't matter, Warner Brothers, Sony, anything, this is not classified information. Everything is in the UK. That's why you see a lot of artists, they have to tour Europe because that's where the major label is at. You have to go to wireless. You have to check into the UK. You feel me? You have to. You don't have a choice. So you guys have to understand, the UK is cool if you're cool. And I'm going to say this again, the UK, London, wherever you go, and I'm going to share my story about Manchester, but let's talk about top 5. Top 5, they should have left him in Toronto. That's why I felt like the hit was by design. I felt like it really was by design. I felt like it was an inside hit because when it's all said and done, Drake get top-notch respect in the UK. Tory Lanez, anybody, The Weeknd, any Canadian that is on some mainstream platform, they get top respect in the UK. The UK, let me tell you guys something. It's not even just Canada. The UK, they love Americans. But it depends on your attitude. They cool if you cool. If you trip, they trip. The UK depends on your energy. And I got to make this content because when it's all said and done, a lot of people, you know what I mean? They disrespectful. Top 5, without a doubt, he's disrespectful. He caught a body. He making rap videos. Not only that, G Herbo, I think that's his name, G Herbo, literally collaborated with him while he was in jail. So when it's all said and done, I mean, the man feels he's above life. My man literally beat a body, came out and said he feel like Shohei Ohtani. Listen, we can't play with this video. So top 5, you feel me, it's letting a spotlight fry his brains. And it happened with a lot of people. No, we going in on this. Shout out to the UK. We got to make sure to fit it right. One shot, take no edit. Listen, I'm snapping because when it's all said and done, top 5 literally let the spotlight fry his brain. When it's all said and done, first of all, if Drake gave you an opportunity, why are you on stream talking about you Drake shooter? Come on, bro. I knew for a fact sooner or later Drake was going to let him get whacked. It's the mob, bro. You guys have to understand, bro. Top 5 is in a mob. When you're in a mob, you got, listen, at that point, you're silenced. I'm not silenced because I'm not in a mob. I'm not anything. You feel me? I'm just a follower of Yahshua, the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You feel me? Until I find my Trinity, I worship the Trinity. But I'm not a part of anything. But when you're a part of something, you're a part of the mob. It doesn't matter if you MLK. It doesn't matter if you Malcolm X. It doesn't matter if you top 5. If you're in a mob, you can't be exposing mob business. When it's all said and done, he went on many streams talking about he Drake this, he Drake that. You know, DJ Academics, he's loving it because when it's all said and done, DJ Academics is desperate. He'll take anything in. When I mean anything, he'll take anything in. So with top 5, people don't real. Top 5 is too slow to realize people were setting him up to get whacked. It was a setup from the start. You guys have to understand, the UK is one of my favorite countries. And I'm going to say this again. The UK is literally one of my favorite countries. People in the UK, depending on where you go, yeah, it could get dodgy. But when it's all said and done, they got guns out there too. Now, forget about top 5. He made his bed. Now he got to lay in it. Now I want to talk about my story. Let me tell you guys something. I went to Manchester. And shout out to the 0161. Shout out to Bugsy Malone. You feel me? Fire in the booth. I think that's a classic. If you're from the UK, if you know, you know. So with that being said, I went to visit my cousins in, you feel me, for the first time. Reached out to them. They never reached out to me. But, you know, me being the guy that I am, I reached out to my cousins in Manchester, and I almost lost my life. And I'm going to say this again. I almost lost my life in Manchester. I visited my family in Manchester, UK. My older cousins, they were in all kind of beef. All kinds of situation. Well known. Even one of my cousins, he actually had a situation where he could have played for Manchester United, Old Trafford. They from Old Trafford. They from the neighborhood. But he got in trouble and he lost his opportunity to play for Old Trafford. And when it's all said and done, that side of the family, they Jamaican. So when it's all said and done, they not playing. Shout out to Jamaica. Welcome to John Rock. So when it's all said and done, born into the mob, whole family gangster. So we about to go out. I want to step out. Plus, we're going to Bugsy Malone. This was like the O2. Bugsy Malone performed at the O2 Arena. Matter of fact, this was the year that dude, you know, I think his name was Shaq something. He made a song, Man, It's Not Hot. Man, It's Not Hot. So when it's all said and done, I'm like, yo, let's go out. I did not realize what I was asking for. My cousin, younger than me, he said, be careful. I said, what you mean? He said, I'm just warning you, be careful. I'm not thinking Manchester. Like, I went to the UK first. I had a great time of my life. I think I went on like 14 Tinder dates in 2 days. So I know London to be nothing but top-notch fun. I don't know what top 5 is talking about. London is a vibe. If you're a vibe, London is a vibe. But Manchester, depending on who you know, Manchester is not sweet. Now, my cousins, believe it or not, this is what happened. And it's crazy because even though we were about to get jumped by literally 30 people, what happened is it was a mob. It was a pack of wolves, going back to the wolves. Now, the leader of these 30 wolves, my cousin actually knew him from the neighborhood, literally helped raise him into be what he is now. You feel me? So when it's all said and done, the ringleader for Manchester that could have literally squashed us like ants, he was like, stand down on this one. I promise you, bro. I promise you. When that dude said stand down, I said, thank you, Jesus. I literally said, thank you, Jesus. And it was crazy, bro. Like, KSI was literally at the club that night. It was a night Bugsy Malone performed at the O2 Arena. KSI was out there. And at the time, I didn't know KSI was KSI. So I just saw him on a Man, It's Not Hot YouTube video. So I don't care what nobody said. Man, It's Not Hot was the craziest thing. You feel me? Then go brrr, boom, boom, boom. And then boom, 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 boom. So at the end of the day, he performed that the whole crowd went wild. So at the end of the day, we went to an after party. So at this law, now Bugsy Malone brings out a good crowd. Everything was good at the Bugsy Malone concert. Good crowd. O2 Arena, good crowd. But we went to an after party. And like I said, KSI is a real person. He pulled up straight Lamborghini to the after party. You feel me? So it's like, oh man, this is lit. But then when we get in the club, my cousins, for some reason, they got in a situation with some other dudes from Manchester. They surrounded us like a pack of wolves. Literally surrounded us. They had literally surrounded us. They formed a circle around us. I'm like, what is going on? And then my cousin, when he told me, be careful, it replayed in my head. It's like a movie. I'm like, oh, this is what he meant by be careful. So I'm talking about all these dudes was 280, bro, like in Manchester. Like mixed dudes, black dudes, everybody 280. Looking like they were to crash out. When it's all said and done, the leader of them at the time, he knew my cousin, and he was like, oh, nah, he good. And he was a skinny dude. He was like 120. True story. My boss, I don't know what he do outside extracurricular activities, but he was about 120, and he's like, chill, he good. Talking about my cousins. So my cousins and them, in Manchester, they so wild, I would never return, bro. When I mean I will never return, I will literally never return to Manchester. And if I return to Manchester, I will not visit my cousins in Manchester. They are too dangerous, bro. And not only that, after the club was over, the dude had a shotgun. I'm like, yo, what is this? He's like, listen, he was like, chill, cuz. You feel me? Like, chill, cuz. Nothing was going to happen. In the best Manchester accent, he was like, chill, cuz. Nothing was going to happen. Bro, they had the shotgun with tape around it, bro, in a BMW. That's how my cousins was rolling. At the end of the day, bro, I'm like, what the hell? Like, listen, bro, I thought like many other people, the UK doesn't have guns. Bro, just like many other people, even top 5. He's ignorant because he never been around. Despite, I don't know if he been to the UK or I don't know if he heard rumors. But 9 out of 10 for everybody that have yet to have crazy cousins like Mr. Keep It Simple. And when I tell you I would never visit them again, I would never visit them again. They are too crazy. Too crazy. So with that being said, when I saw that they had shotguns in the UK, I am here to tell you as a content creator, guns are in the UK. They got shotguns in the UK. They're taped around, you feel me? I think they call a Bruckback or something, but they got shotguns in the UK. So what happened to top 5? He's actually lucky because when it's all said and done, they could apply pressure. Matter of fact, rest in peace to one of my favorite rappers from ER. His name was Emlo. Emlo got hit in his face. When it's all said and done, them dudes out the UK, they got the toolies now. It's just super illegal. But are the toolies in the UK? Yes. Do they use them? Yes. My favorite rapper, Emlo. Matter of fact, I'll probably post the link to his song in my community post or in the chat. But when it's all said and done, I listen to ER. You know what I mean? I think they're like from South Kilburn or something like that in the UK. I listened to them like when I first came to the UK, 2016. You feel me? C-Biz, you name it. Emlo, you name it. You feel me? I listened to ER. One dude literally got hit up with the toolie. The UK, bruh, it goes down in the UK. I gotta make this video for 15 minutes. The UK goes down, but it depends on your activities. If you're not trying to act hard, you good in the UK. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. You will have a good time in the UK if you're not trying to act gangster. But if you want to act gangster in the UK, I've never been to Birmingham. I think they got the coolest accent. Listen, real talk, respect to Birmingham. Shout out to Miss. We ain't the same. Matter of fact, I might listen to Miss after this video. But with that being said, the UK is extremely dangerous. All of Europe is extremely dangerous. There is no place in Europe that's cupcake. There is no place in Europe that's Betty Crocker. There's no place in Europe that's soft. You name it. Doesn't matter if you go to Eastern Europe, Romania, Hungary. It doesn't matter. If you hungry for beef, follow the wordplay. It doesn't matter if you go to Romania, Hungary. Those guys in Europe, they're hungry. If that's what you want, they on it. If you want to trip, they going to trip. So as far as top 5, I think top 5 problem is he really thought the UK was soft. I really felt that he believed, like many others, they think the UK is soft because they have strict gun laws. But guess what? Crime is more important than a person. Even Bugsy Malone said that in the song. Shout out to Bugsy Malone. He said he was having a flashback talking to the Queen. He said, Queen, why is everybody warring? And she said, money's more important. You feel me? Politics is boring and money's more important. You feel me? So you guys have to understand, as long as they're a crime, you will have guns. So don't listen to statistics. Don't listen to laws. Listen, laws get broken every day. The same way that you drive over 40 miles and you never get caught, it's the same way people moving around with burners and they not getting caught. Remember that. And I'm going to say this again. The UK is not the place to play. It's not the place to play. And forget the knives. We're talking about they got burners out there, bro. I've seen it, bro. My cousins, they had hammers. That's why they walk around so confident, because they got hammers out there, bro. Don't just think they running around like Shinobi. Don't think they running around like the 3 ninjas and just shanking people. No, they got real live hammers out there. They got real live shotguns out there. Whatever you want, they on. And when I first went to the UK, my money was a little tight. I was staying in Paddington. Shout out to Paddington. You feel me? That's my first place that I ever campaigned outside the US. I went to Paris second, but the UK was my first trip. I was in Paddington. Caught the train. We went down to Canary Wharf. We went down to the same places. But I was in Paddington where they had working women on the corner. So the UK got everything that you want. Now, as far as top 5, before I finish this video, I just want to say top 5 is ignorant. He's a top 5 of ignorance. And when it's all said and done, I still do believe it was an inside hit, because the fact that he's with Drake, nothing should have happened to him. He was with Drake. Drake in the UK is bigger than New Edition in America back in the 90s. Drake in the UK is like Michael Jackson back in the early 90s. Who's bad? So you guys have to understand, there's no way a Drake affiliate can get hit up unless it was allowed. Now, does Drake have something to do with this? Honestly, I'm not afraid of Drake. I do believe that it was an inside hit. It doesn't matter if it was Drake. It doesn't matter if it was an industry. Top 5 said what he said. But at the end of the day, Drake gets so much respect. You got to remember KMT, Drake, Gigs. You got to remember, man, Drake showed love to Section Boys. You know what I mean? Like, Drake really showed, matter of fact, Drake shows the UK so much love you wouldn't even imagine, bro. Drake, Link Up, Dave, everybody, bro. Like, I mean, Charlie Snuff. I mean, come on. Drake in the UK is probably more popular than he is in America. So for top 5 to get hit up, it just showed that they was tired of him. Now, when it's all said and done, top 5 is local. They should have left him in Toronto. Top 5 should have never left the country. That's why I feel it was an inside hit, because you got to know your people. You got to know your family. Top 5 probably serves a purpose in Toronto, but top 5 going to the UK, that was a bad decision. The UK is dangerous. If you're not in upscale areas, the UK is a dangerous place. Now, if you were like in Liverpool, I don't know. Listen, now Canary Wharf, I think that's cool. I don't know. But honestly, I say the Paddington. So I was in dangerous parts in the UK. So with that being said, I'm going to be honest. My budget was tight. When I went to the UK, we wasn't trapping. We wasn't rapping. We wasn't flashy. We wasn't flashing. So I think Paddington is the hood. If you're from the UK, help me out. But I think I was in the hood. And nothing happened to me. Nobody ran up on me. Nobody caused me harm. Nobody caused me danger. So when it comes to the UK, I just want to say, don't play them like they sweet. If you play somebody like they sweet in the UK, you might not make it back home. Now, as far as top 5, he could have got hit up with the shotty. So it's a good thing that they let him slide with just a little poke. They just poked him up a little bit, let him change his life. But when it's all said and done, now he knows there is nothing sweet about the UK. And I'm going to say this again. I had to go 17 minutes because I got a lot of love for the UK. But when it's all said and done, now top 5 realize there is nothing sweet about the UK. And for anybody to think the UK is sweet, all that I can say is let it breathe.